Buenos dias. Guess what? Things have changed. Things have really changed, right? As you see, this is our first ever Rasa morning show. Now, me and Rojo got to talking, and we thought if for no other reason we should start Gunner and Rojo's reaction room. But we're not only going to react to things. I know how to react. I know Rojo knows how to react. We react, right? Just he's this way or he's that. I don't know which way he is. We know how to react. But at the same time, we needed something different for our people, for us, for the Raza, right? And so I thought that if for no other reason, we should start every morning, 5 days a week, 6 o'clock in the morning. We might skip a few days. You don't know. We might get a mamon and things change. But for the most part, we're going to try to bring it to you 5 days a week. And we are going to be doing right here the Raza morning show with Gunner and Rojo. And we're going to bring in a lot of special guests. There will be a lot of people involved in this. Anywhere from one guy to, you just never know who's going to drop in. We're going to be doing prank phone calls in the morning. We're going to be doing live call-ins. We're going to be doing a whole lot of things that not a lot of people do right here on our morning show, man. This is for the commuters. This is for the people that are stuck in traffic in the Bay Area right now that are like, fuck it, Holmes, right? La primera. Well, guess what?
What about the traffic in Los?
In
the smog?
Spencer Latina. Shoot the moon, LA, shoot the moon. LA is also involved, man. We got a lot to talk about, a lot to discuss. And what we're going to be talking about is topics that range from anywhere to anywhere. And we're going to talk about things that happened this week. Now, we know that a lot of stuff has went on this week. And Rojo, has it been a crazy week or what?
Brother, man. Everything from people getting killed, people getting shot, to some good UFC matches, to some boxing, to the Dodgers. Man, you name it, bro. It's been going down. It's been a busy week, man. Closing out the summer, we're closing it out with a bang. Bang, bang.
Bang, bang, right? So one of the first topics I wanted to talk about, man, was I want to keep it light. Last night, UFC fight. Leon Edwards shocked the world. Okay, I'm going to keep it real. I'm going to keep it real, man. I had Kamaru Usman in a landslide. I wasn't sleeping on Leon Edwards. I thought Leon Edwards, of course, was the man. If you're in the UFC, you can fight. Let's just to keep it real. Motherfuckers are like, that fool's a bum. That motherfucker's in the UFC. He's not there for free. He could do something. But someone the caliber of Kamaru Usman, he was on a 15-fight winning streak, which he did not break the winning streak of Anderson Silva. Just gonna throw that out there. That still remains. He needed one more. He was dominating this fight up until the 5th round, 45 seconds left, and got slept. Did you see it coming?
No. Man, that head kick was devastating. He had the boys sleepwalking, levitating. He probably made a little poop. You know what I mean? It was devastating, bro. It was whack.
Bam. One hey, that goes to show you what a difference a day makes. That goes to show you that at any point in time when you're engaged in a fight, you could be waking up. Like what happened? And that's exactly what happened, man. This guy got slept. And I know there's a lot of people that are not UFC fans that are tuning in, but let me tell you this. That's a big deal in the UFC community. Nobody's seen it coming. Absolutely no one. All money bets. I mean, the good money bet was Kamaru Usman. For those of you that don't know, he's dominated the UFC welterweight division for the last year and a half. The man doesn't lose. He's beat anywhere from Jorge Masvidal in a knockout. He's beat Colby Covington twice, I believe. He dominated. I think he fought one of the Diaz brothers. I'm not sure. But he just definitely dominates and pretty much ragdolls everybody. In the first fight with Leon Edwards, it was another domination. It was a total different story last night, man. You know what I mean? Break up to wake up. That's all you do. He woke up, right?
Yeah. Hey, all I could think of when I seen the kick and he was headed backwards like this was that Mozzie song, Sleepwalking.
Oh, he was sleepwalking. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Hey, I wouldn't mind seeing them run that back, bro.
Oh, it's going to happen. It's got to happen. Dana was already talking about doing it in the Wembley Stadium in England because now, you got a welterweight champion from the UK. He brought the gold back to the UK, so that's just what it is.
Edwards got that whole fight, bro. He was getting his ass whooped.
Domination was real.
Bro. But that's
I'm gonna have to roll with Kamaru Usman in the third fight. You know what I mean? If they fight again, Kamaru Usman's gonna get his belt. He's gonna retain, get it back because He's not going to go out like that. I think he's going to be fully prepared. I think he's going to go this time. He's going to go for the knockout. You understand when people like Conor McGregor, we're going to put Khabib to the side. He's different animal. There's never been nothing like that, right? But when you have people like Conor McGregor, people like Floyd Mayweather in boxing, they start to become complacent, stagnant in what they do. They're thinking that they're just going to go in and dominate everyone. And when you have that mindset, which Kamaru Usman did, you underestimate your opponent. Anything could happen, man. And that's why UFC's, to me, one of the greatest sports aside of football, because you've seen exactly what went down, man. It could happen at any point in time, just like that.
Yeah, and then, man, in boxing, we had the damn Anthony Joshua versus Usyk, man. And, man, I thought Usyk was going to win, and he didn't disappoint, man. I think it ended up being a split decision, bro.
Yeah, it was.
If I'm not mistaken, bro. But, I think Joshua, I just think he's fallen off a little bit. And I think he never really had it being that championship DNA, bro.
He doesn't have a pedigree. Yeah.
I just don't see it like I see it in like Fury or some other people in the past in the heavyweight division, bro. And that's no offense. He could beat my ass, no problem. So I'm not talking shit like that. But when it comes to heavyweight championship boxing, I just think he's missing something, bro. And I really didn't like after the fight how he threw the belts outside of the ring and how he went up to the dude and cried. He even went up to Usyk and cried, "Oh, how did you win?"
Yeah,
I'm more charismatic. Just, man, come on, bro. You're a world champion. Tip your hat, even if you're not happy with the decision. Talk about that in the press conference. Give that dude his props.
Yeah, let him shine.
Train harder because you did lose. I had you losing unanimous decision. You lucky one judge sided with you.
Yeah.
And you look bad because you always have excuses. You're always, it's like Deontay Wilder. Same example. Oh, my costume was too heavy. Oh, his gloves aren't right. I was dehydrated. Come on, man.
Hey, one thing I can appreciate
for your lifetime, bro.
Exactly. One thing I could appreciate about Deontay Wilder in his last fight was he finally did give up the ghost and admit defeat. I mean, he got manhandled 2 times in a row. And I mean, the last time was just horrible for him. So, I mean, I don't see anybody in the heavyweight division giving the Gypsy King any type of run for his money. Usyk is nice. He's nice. Even him, though, I don't think he has the right DNA to go against the Gypsy King. The Gypsy King reminds me of a Lennox Lewis, a Klitschko, just dominant. He knows he's dominant. He's going to go lean on you. He's big. He's mean. He's rough. There's no one yet for him. And because this is a Rasa show, I am looking at Andy Ruiz. Andy Ruiz has gotten trim. He's gotten slimmed down. He's getting trained by some of the best trainers in the world. Andy Ruiz is coming for heads, right? I think him against Usyk would be nice. I think he needs another opportunity. I think Andy Ruiz could possibly pull off the upset with Usyk, and I think we could set up in the future maybe an Andy Ruiz versus the Gypsy King. That'd be a mega fight. Do I think he's ready for it right now? No, he's not ready for it right now. He's a couple fights away, and he has to earn that spot. But you remember he did knock out Anthony Joshua, and then of course he did come back and lose the second fight. But you got to understand that guy was not expected. He was a filler. He was not expected to do nothing. And of course, the Rasa, we're gonna put all our chips in behind him just because based on he's brown. But at the same time, he's deserving. He's doing the work. He's putting in the work. And I believe he does have that pedigree. I believe you have to, in heavyweight boxing, you have to have that killer instinct. The Tysons, the Holmes, the Foremans, the Alis, they had that it factor, that big punch, that killer instinct. Not one of them guys went into the ring believing they could lose,
I agree.
And that's why they were all world champions, in their own right. They deserved it. They were world champions, Smoking Joe Frazier, people like that. You're always going to meet your match. And I believe, Andy Ruiz has what it takes to get in there and do something. Now, as far as the Gypsy King, I don't see anyone posing a threat anytime soon. And Usyk is a nice, he's a nice fighter, but again, he's not. He could barely put Anthony Joshua away. He ain't putting no fucking Gypsy King away. Not even close. Right. Not even Tyson Fury knock him out in 3 rounds. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Hey, I know it's only preseason. Raiders and Niners both undefeated. Raiders, only team that's 3-0. Preseason doesn't mean a lot, and we all know that. But we'll take it as Raider fans. We're both Raider fans.
We'll take that.
Fans, Charger fans.
Yep. You know what Shout out, respects. If you're a fan, Cowboys, Chargers, Rams, whatever the fuck it may be, spend on la tira. We're 3-0. Look, Raiders, Raider Nation, I'm speaking to you right now. We finally have something to be happy about. But you have to be a fool if you didn't see this one coming. Okay, traditionally, and this ain't conspiracy theory, this is real life. Once they build you a new stadium, okay, everybody knows there's a lot of money that go into building these stadiums. That means they start putting a lot of money behind the team because they want to generate more income coming to that stadium. The NFL wants it. The owners want it. It's just what it is. So they'll start putting more money into it. They're not going to have a losing team in a brand new stadium because then ain't no one going to come see to watch them, and they're going to get all their money back.
$1.5 billion that it costs for these amazing
exactly
nowadays, bro. The Raiders Stadium is dope.
I just left Vegas a week ago, and I'm gonna tell you right now, it's probably one of the most prettiest buildings in Vegas, you know, and that's a lot to say a lot. It's all glass. It's just a beautiful place, and there's a lot of money put into it. So of course they're gonna put money into the team. You got to have a good product so that they get that draw, right? So that they can even out, they can get in the green and get their money back. So I expected it to come. I didn't expect it to come like this. All the way around from top to bottom, from the GM all the way to the coach to the players. I think they finally got chemistry. They got the weapons. I'm still skeptical myself of Carr, but if Carr could play like he did in his rookie season or his second year, and be able to plant that foot, I believe he has the tools to get it done. He has the best receiving core in the NFL. Period. Devontae Adams and Hunter Renfrow on the other side. Ain't no one fucking with those two. Hunter Renfrow does all the intangibles, the little things. You know, he's that staple little white guy, that Amendola, that one guy that could get it done. The Rams, they also have a good core, with Cooper Kupp and who they got. But again, Devontae Adams is the best wide receiver in the NFL. We know that. So that they went and brought in the best wide receiver, and then of course they have that guy that can do it all. Max Crosby on the other side on defense is a beast. You still have Darren Waller, one of the biggest, nicest tight ends with best hands in the NFL. Yeah. Jacobs, their other running back. They're from top to bottom, bro. They're looking real good.
Yeah, no, I agree. What do you think about the Niners? They're going to be starting Trey Lance, right?
Again, the Niners are a question mark, and I think the Niners have all the pieces. They got who I consider the second best tight end in the NFL. Behind Kelsey. They have one of the best lines in the NFL. Yeah. Their defense, their secondary is good. Their only question mark, of course, is their quarterback. Is Trey Lance the truth? Will Trey Lance do what they think he's going to do? They know more than we do. I'll tell you that.
I got a lot of confidence in the guy, but season one,
yeah.
Orchestrating everything. You never know, man. But that's my only question mark with them as well.
And being a storied franchise, I guess every franchise, every team has their own history. But let's just keep it real. The 49ers, Cowboys, Raiders, teams like that, they're very storied franchises. Green Bay Packers, meaning that Pittsburgh Steelers, we'll throw them on there. They got a lot of golden history to them. Okay, we're talking about Joe Montana. We're talking about Steve Young, Jerry Rice. We're talking about Bay Area. We're talking about San Francisco, man, the 80s, the 90s, dominant, okay? Yeah. So that's a lot to live up to. When you're coming behind a Joe Montana, one of the greatest quarterbacks ever to live, and then Steve Young, who's not too far behind him on the list, and then just everything in the in-between, Deion Sanders, Jerry Rice, Merton Hanks, just all these legends, Ronnie Lott. There's a lot to live up to when you're a youngster, man. All that's in your head. You want to be on that ring of fame, too. You want to be that one. So this is his chance to prove it. Niner fans, they're hopeful. We'll see. You know what I mean? That's all I can say. We'll see.
How about the Rams?
The Rams they're still there. They're defending world champions. The Rams ain't going nowhere. No. The Rams got everything that it takes. The team I'm looking at that I think on both sides. I'll start with the AFC. Buffalo Bills. I think Buffalo Bills are going to the Super Bowl this year. I think they were that close last year. I think Mahomes falls off this year on Kansas City and he opens the door. I think they have the best young quarterback besides this other guy I'm going to talk about right now. I love the Buffalo Bills, man. They're hard as rocks. They play tough, smash mouth football. They're going to be good. But the other guys on the other side that I think are going to make a lot of noise, and I can't lie, that's some San Diego Chargers, man. Oh, Spencer, LA Chargers. Spencer Latira, LA in the building. The Chargers. Hey, that quarterback they got, that's a bad boy. Herbert, that's a bad boy right there.
Yeah,
They're one wide receiver away from being able to do it. You know, I believe their wide receiver core is old. You know, they're old, but they're there, man. Defense, they got Khalil Mack on one side and Bosa on the other side. Are you kidding me?
yeah.
Come on, man.
Stacked, bro. Real stacked.
Bro, Bosa is an animal. He ain't nothing like his brother. You know, he ain't nothing. We're talking about Joey Bosa. We ain't talking about Nick Bosa. He's different. For the 49ers, that's different level, right? That's like J.J. Watt and T.J. Watt. But you never – I mean, look at J.J. Watt, how good he was, and his brother T.J. Watt's better. So
Right.
you just never know. Joey Bosa's very good. He pulls it there. And now you got Khalil Mack on the other side.
Yeah. Yeah, them Watt brothers, bro. They got some unique DNA, don't they?
All of them are good.
They're with it, bro. They're with
Yeah,
it.
you know, the only other brothers that are like that are the Kelseys. You know, you got the Kelseys.
Yeah.
One played in Philadelphia, the other one played in Kansas City. They both got rings.
Hey,
They got rings.
hey, Kansas City, Kelsey.
That's different level.
That's a bad man, bro.
That's, to me, look, I've always thought Tony Gonzalez and Jay Novacek were the best tight ends ever to play. My personal opinion. I believe Kelsey's better than both of them.
I like Kelsey, man. I always like Big Gronk, bro. You can't not like the Gronk, bro. You know what I mean? Who else?
Yeah.
Man? Who else? Man, there's been some amazing tight ends, man, and
But
they're utilizing the position
yeah.
a lot more. It was kind of a dead position, you know, for like a decade, bro. And now they brought it back, and they got some real athletic, big, strong, you know, nice hands under, bro. It's a great team for tight ends, bro. Again,
what I like about Gronk is his hands, and he was just so big. He's a caveman. You know what I mean? You couldn't take him down. He refused to go down. He was too stupid to go down, right? But the only argument I have against Gronk being the greatest is he had Tom Brady.
Right.
Okay, he's always had Tom. Tom's going to get you the ball. Tom's going to make it happen every time. So he had the benefit of Tom. Okay,
Right.
Could he have done that with anyone else? Maybe. Would they have had enough wherewithal and knowings to get it to him at them certain key points in time in the game?
Hard to say.
You don't know, bro. Not everyone. Tom is Mr. Football, so not everybody has a benefit of that. Where Kelsey, yes, Kelsey has Mahomes now, but Kelsey was doing this before Mahomes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Kelsey was doing that. You know, a lot of these tight ends, Tony Gonzalez did it with nobody. Fuck, who do you have? I don't even know who he had. You know what I mean? Ty Detmer or someone. I don't know who he had, but Elvis Gerbach. But he did it though. You know, and so I mean, you can argue whoever. The argument's always going to be there, man. Tony Gonzalez, Gronk, Kelsey, and a lot of people don't know who Jay Novacek is. I know Cowboy fans are like, "That's right, go Spencer," right? Jay Novacek, a Cowboy legend. To me, that was one of the smoothest tight ends there ever was.
I was just going to bring up the Cowboys, man. You can't talk football, even though it's not. We're a California channel, bro. Let's not get it twisted. But
yeah,
the Cowboys are going to let us down again, huh?
Well, it'd be like that sometimes.
Some of my favorite stuff to watch on sports is when Stephen A. Smith talks about them Cowboys.
How about them Cowboys? Hey, what does he say? He says, I don't dislike the Cowboys. I just don't like their fans. You know what I mean? Look, okay, one thing I'll say about the Cowboy fans, aside of the Raider fans, which we already know we already know Raider fans are the most diehard. They travel the best all over the world. That's a fact. That's getting Japan right now. They're about to wearing Ben Davis's and a Raider jersey. Bo knows, right? That's a fact. But what I will say is second to none is the Cowboys. Okay, they travel too. They're known. But there's no elephant in the room here, man. Let's just keep it real. I just don't. I don't know, bro. Every year you ask a Cowboy fan, they're going to the Super Bowl. Every year it's the same old thing, and every year it's the same old thing. You know, like at least the Raider fans will keep it real. We'll be like, damn, we look good. We're probably going to win 10 games. You know what I mean? And we keep it righteous. You know, everybody hopes for a Super Bowl. But motherfuckers ain't that dumb, right? The Cowboy fans, they're like, these motherfuckers should be 0-8 talking about we're going to still make it. We got this, right? No, you ain't got that shit. You know what I mean? You ain't got shit, right? But respect to the Cowboy fans, man, for being as diehard and strong behind your team as you are. It is what it is. Anyway, let's shift from sports, man. You know, let's talk gang, right? Did you see that indictments that happened in LA? You know,
Playboys.
Playboys, East Side Playboys, man. Barrio Playboys respects first and foremost to that barrio. Very well respected.
You did a great video on that, man. So if you guys happen to miss that, man, make sure that was on the Collective or the
That was on the Collective. I broke the news on that one. It came across my feed, World News, man. I stay up to par and I happen
to
to
go to Gunners Collective and check out the Playboys indictment, man. They got hit pretty hard. You know, and the reason we always find this fascinating, man, is because, you know, growing up from the other side of the state, we always thought it was just our people that got hit, you know, until we started really, you know, getting into the genre and talking to so many people from down south, Fresno, up north, whoever it might be, active, not active. We talk to a lot of people. They get hit, bro. It seems like they'll hit some people up north, they'll go down south, hit some, come back up north, then they'll throw in some Bulldogs and hey, is that some Crips over there? Hey, come here, let me talk to you real quick. What you got?
Exactly. It's ping pong.
Yeah.
The Feds are playing ping pong.
They distribute it, man. We thought it was just us, man, because it wouldn't come across our radar before, you know?
Yeah. They definitely hit them. You know, and I said it in my spiel. It's ping pong. It's the ping pong effect. You know, they got a lot of cases running wild right now. They're focused on a lot of different people. Never once think that they're sleeping, because they're not. That's their job, is to watch, right? Yeah. You know, and if you're involved in criminal activity or alleged criminal activity, you're under the microscope. You're under the focus, you know, and anyone knows that. Anyone who's lived that lifestyle or is involved in that lifestyle, you know exactly what it is. You know what I mean? There it is. Don't. You know what I mean? Look over the shoulder. I'm about to get it right now. Look, and that's old school too. That's my old one. Anyone that knows, okay? If you're out there living that lifestyle, man, they're gonna come knocking on your door one day. And if you happen to be able to escape that where they don't, hey man, more power to you. But they did hit the East Side Playboys. It was a joint, of course, DEA, FBI, task force watched for several years. And they felt that this organization or gang was posing a threat to the safety and security of the community. Now, I'm not here to promote one way or another whether they were or not, okay? One thing I will say is that they felt that they were, and they got them. They opened up 6 indictments, and they went after them, man. I know that they arrested 28 of the 40 that they were looking for. I'm sure they've gotten more since then as a transgressive progresses. But it was a big thing in the LA area because it actually, a lot of people tapped in with me from Los that actually seen it transpire. They seen the trucks, they seen the paddy wagons. These people actually set up a command center in LA and went for it, you know, and that's what the feds do. They'll set up their post, their command center. Everyone's wondering, oh shit, is it gang sweeps? That's it. Is it probation hits? Okay, fuck it, cheek it, right? And they hit, man, and they focused on that one barrio, you know.
Yeah, that's definitely gonna cause some disturbances for a minute, you know what I mean? So they get back on track, man. But you know, hopefully everybody can get a good lawyer and
bounce back. Yeah, you gotta wiggle, you know, and of course, just like we say it in RICO that goes on, man. Usually if they come knocking at your door, they come because they got you, you know, and people are not dumb enough to not realize that. We've been around
90+% of the time, man.
They're going to convict you, you know, and it's unfortunate. I say it's unfortunate from looking at it from a citizen standpoint, which we are citizens now. You say to yourself, people that are hardworking citizens say, well, good, they got, you know, some criminals off the streets. But you got to look at it from the other side, man. It affects a lot of people's families. Now I understand that there's people that, you know, they're living that criminal life. They know what it entails, but they got kids that are at school and family members that are not involved, mothers and fathers and people that are just regular citizens that are going to be affected lifelong because their sons are locked away forever or daughters are locked away forever. And it changes, you know, from where a kid could have had his father in his life. He's not going to be able to go to that baseball game or nothing because his father, yes, he did choose to live that lifestyle and get involved in that. And he knows what he was signed up for. But that kid lost a parent that they will never get to have that relationship with just based on the father's actions. The kid, the kids will suffer for the transgressions of their parents. I've said it before.
Yeah.
And that's where
kids growing up without a father. I mean, the numbers don't lie, and all the statistics. They've been studying it for years. It's just a 1,000,000% better to always have a father in the home. Now, if he's a real, if he beats his kids or he's a weirdo, yeah, get him the hell out of there, man. Yeah, man. Even a stepdad, just having a man in the house. If it's a good, hard-working man, a normal civilian type dude, or man, it doesn't even matter. It could be a gang member, but he has to instill them correct values in young men, especially young girls. You don't want them growing up twerking, working the pole. A man's gonna be there, and what are you doing? No,
go put some long shorts on.
It affects the community. Does it get potential crime off the streets? No doubt.
Yeah.
But does it also have ramifications further on down the line? No doubt.
Yes, it does. It's a catch-22, man, and it's a situation where, of course, people are going to say, well, if they didn't do the crime, then none of this would have happened. Yeah, but this is not the society we live in, man. There's yin, there's yang, there's good, there's bad. There's two sides to every coin. Put it like that. There's going to be heads and tails. Tails never fails. So other things have happened. This was a tumultuous week. A lot of shit happened. And before we get to the one that we've been talking about that's all over YouTube, I wanted to talk about this guy. Who's this rapper that just got shot at, or what's his name?
Man, he's a popular dude. I don't
Rondo.
I never followed him, so I didn't really pay attention.
I don't really know him, and it's weird because a lot of these rappers, I don't even know who they are until after they're dead or after they're shot at.
That's how it changed with SoundCloud and social media. People they're multi-millionaires, and you never even heard of them because they're not nationally distributed.
These motherfuckers wear more diamonds than I do, and I ain't never seen them in my life. Right? They're the island boy. But this guy, I guess this guy was somebody out of the Chicago area. He pulled up in LA, from what I'm hearing, and some guys decided to jump out the bushes on him like Curry and pull up and pop, Splash Brothers shit. I heard that one of his friends or entourage was hit. He was unscraped, from what I hear.
Wasn't it a couple of them might have got hit? No,
maybe a couple of them. I don't know. I didn't really look too deep into the story because it kind of went on my feed, and I was so preoccupied with this other story we're going to talk about here in a minute, which is a little bit more personal. So I just didn't really catch it. But what I did catch, and what I wanted to speak on it about, is these rappers, man. I've said it over, and I've spill after spill after spill. The lines are so blurred between music and the streets nowadays. Like, where's it going to end? Like, okay, I remember back in the days, Ice Cube, that motherfucker goes. Today was a good day. But then you could turn the channel and watch him in barbershop, right? So you knew, okay, yeah, Ice Cube might have grew up in South Central. He had some street dudes that had his back, but he was never that street dude. And we know that. But his music portrayed that image, and we liked his music. And hey, he's one of my favorite rappers. He's a lot of my favorite rapper's favorite rapper, right? That's just how it is. Yeah, there's no doubt about it. He had that look, that style, that delivery, that gangsterism, but he wasn't really out there in the streets doing none of that shit. No, and everyone knows that, right? And then you have people like Tupac who blurred those lines, and he died, right? You had people like Biggie who was really blurring those lines, and he died, right? Everyone who chooses to really be about that gangster shit, and I know there's a lot of people out there that are saying to themselves, well, if you're going to portray that image, you got to be about it. You're going to die or get a RICO.
People seem to lose the focus on the fact. It's a fact. It's entertainment. There's going to be people who rap about what they've been through personally, what their homeboys have been through personally. There's going to be people who totally fabricate a persona. Tekashi 6ix9ine comes to mind. You know what I mean? They weren't really about that. You know what I mean? Pac, man, he grew up going to acting schools and art schools and stuff like that. He started hanging around the wrong people, developed a different image. You know what I mean? But it's entertainment at the end of the day, man. And it's like, to me, it's weird about all this. You come to my city, you got to check in. What the hell? If I work for IBM, I don't got to go check in with Apple. It's business, bro. They're down there trying to get some money, trying to do their thing. They're not out there pushing rocks on your corner. You know what I'm saying? They're not down there in your neighborhood crossing out your tags. Like, I mean, it's silly to me, bro. You know, but
Well, and there's a lot of these cities where it's becoming it's social media, man. It's social media and it's becoming the thing, the it
everybody
thing.
gets pumped up.
Come check in, come
Yeah,
check in to us.
pump it up too.
Come check in.
They can't come to our area. Let's pump it up. You ain't even from our area. You live over there in Beverly Hills. Pumping it up,
Yeah,
pumping it up.
and you got guys like Adam 22 from No Jumper that are
Hi.
out there, yeah, that are bringing
Hi,
these,
Adam. Hi,
yeah,
Adam.
yeah, you know what it is, Adam, right? That are bringing these certain personalities on, and he's egging this on. People don't see it for what it is, but really look into it. Oh, what problems do you have with Draco the Ruler? Oh, what problems do you have with Slim 400? Next, you know, they're dead. They're dead, right? One thing about California, it's a very gang-related, deadly state. Okay, I'm sorry to tell you guys. Newsflash: Spencer Natira, Califas is different, right? So is Chicago.
Yeah.
So was Detroit. So was New York. So was Atlanta. So was Texas. So was New Mexico. So was Arizona. Okay,
Right.
California ain't the only one anymore. Okay,
Right.
we live here. I live here. Rojo lives in Texas. So he could tell you from that perspective. I'm gonna tell you right now, California is not the only one anymore. Every different state now is portraying that image. You pull up, you will check in, or they'll pop your ass. That's just what it is. California has always notoriously been the leader in that and continues to be, right?
Hey, Chicago's always been right there too, man. You know what I mean?
Oh.
Like some of their gangs there go back farther than some of the LA gangs. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
But within the last decade or two, they've really shot the hell up. You know what I mean? And they've actually surpassed California in violence. You know what I mean?
And yeah, violence.
Yeah, and then you got New York. New York was always just, oh, we're from this street, we're from this crew, we're from this block, we're from this borough. Yeah. And now you got Latin Kings as deep as Chicago there. You got Bloods as deep as LA there. You know what I mean? I've lived in Detroit. I've lived in Houston. I've lived in the Bay Area. You get fucked up real bad in any one of them places, man. You know, and California is unique in the fact that throughout the whole state, damn near, you have huge pockets of gangs. Like other major states, you know, like in New York City, you'll have a huge gang population, but then you got a lot of country and stuff. Out here in our country, in California, you got Stockton, Merced, Fresno, Salinas. Everywhere is just
San Jose.
It's unique, man, and that's what Gunner's saying. It's like California is just different, bro. But I don't even know why they mess with some fools from Chicago, bro. It's weird, bro. But
there's something underlying going there, probably disrespect, which is our next story we're going to get to. But even before we get to that story, so Rondo
is like LL Cool J and Kumo D. Why can't you just?
They don't handle it. They don't bang on wax anymore, man. They don't handle it in the booth, man. You know what I mean? They handle it. They Draco the Ruler, right? Speaking of that, you mentioned Stockton. Statistics came out this last week. Deadliest cities in California, man. San Bernardino, Stockton, California. Do you agree? I agree. I'm there. I mean,
the numbers don't lie. Yeah,
they don't lie.
Yeah.
Numbers don't lie, but just growing up in the 209 area and going to Stockton, I could tell you, man, since day one, it's a different aura, a different feeling when you go into the city of Stockton. You feel like you better tuck your chain, right? Clench your cheeks, right? And get where you got to go and get the fuck on, because if you're not from the city of Stockton, they'll take your flux capacitor. I've said it before, I'll say it again. Cadillac converters are non-existent in the city of Stockton. They take your shit, right? And now they're taking lives left and right, man. I don't know if it's the Scante. I don't know if it's the gangs that are just igniting and heating back up, or it's just the whole persona of Stockton. But yeah, Stockton is definitely on the map. As far as San Bernardino, I've been there a couple times. I'll tell you right now, that whole area, man, they're not fucking playing. You know, that's very gang related, and not even besides gangs, just motherfuckers. You got bikers, you got gangs, you got normal people that had a bad day. They're killing a lot of people out there. There's a lot of indictments going down out there. There's a lot of law enforcement involved in a lot of different things. It's just a place you have to watch. You know, watch yourself. I'll say that. You know,
yeah, definitely not playing, man.
And everything in between.
Everybody across the country, when they think gangs, they think L.A. You know what I mean? They might not even have heard of no San Bernardino. They might not have heard of no Salinas. You know, they may or may not have heard of Fresno, Stockton. It's like, man, LA, Oakland, you know what I mean? Those aren't the only places in California where you could have a bad day. You know what I
Don't
mean?
go to Watsonville. Don't go to Gilas.
Yeah, bro,
You know what I
look,
mean?
50, 70,000 people there.
Don't go to Pacas. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Don't go to the Sanfe.
Hey, and for as many as we got up north, they got twice as many down south.
Oh,
Straight up.
I
Don't
know
go
someone. I know
there.
someone.
I've never heard of that. Well, you're gonna hear of it. You go down there, try to go to the liquor store at 1 o'clock at night wearing the wrong shit or looking funny or you know.
I told you when I went to Oxnard, man. You know, depending upon what you wear, you know, you wear a Cowboy jersey in a certain part of town, and it could be all bad. You wear a Raider jersey or a White Sox jersey in another part of town, it could be all bad. 805 stand up. You guys know what I'm talking about out there. It's just different. They still play them games. To them, it's not a game. To them, it's reality. So let's talk about the last big thing that happened. The thing that's on everyone's fucking tongue. You know what I mean? Savage Studios, man. Someone who I knew personally. You knew him personally. Was very big on YouTube. Had a rise and a sudden fall. Became very popular on what is that, TikTok, because of the tight pants he wore and just his persona, right? And people like that. You know, he was younger than both of us. We're pretty much from the 90s. You know, we're 90s babies. We're 80s, 90s.
I'm surprised to know I'm old enough to be that dude's dad. You know what
yeah,
I mean?
me too.
I didn't know he was
damn near,
31
right?
years old, you know?
Yeah, damn near, man. He he passed. And it was shocking to the YouTube community, shocking to everybody. But shocking, yes, shocking, but not surprising. Shocking in a way like, whoa, it happened already. So not surprising in, okay, we knew it was coming. We just didn't know when. I think I was more shocked by, oh shit, he got killed today rather than he got killed. You know what I mean? Where were you when you heard it? How did it sound? What was your thinking? I know I'm the one that called you. You run us down where you were at, because I want to know.
Right, man. Hey, I was at work, man. I was doing some machining, and you called me, and I answered, and you said, "Hey, can you get a hold of Savvy?" I'm like, "I could try. Why? What's going on?" And you're like, "There's some stuff being said on my live that he got killed." And I'm like, I took it with a grain of salt, man, because we've heard so much bullshit through our YouTube, history. There's always something, such and such, such and such, such and such.
I die every week on my life. Yeah,
90% of it is bullshit. So you really gotta dig down and do your research, man. So I cut right through the chase. I called his phone.
Mm-hmm.
His girl answered, and within 30 seconds, I knew something was bad. Cause I'm like, "Hey, what's up, Savage there?" She gave me, 15-second pause.
She was skeptical.
Yeah, who is this? I'm like, "Hey, it's Rojo. I'm I know him from YouTube and shit." She's like, "Oh, I'm like, hello, are you there?" Yeah, this and that. And she's like, and finally she's like, "He got shot." And I'm like, "Oh, okay, that's actually why I was calling, man, because there's some rumors floating around and whatnot." And I'm like, how is he? And she's like, she didn't say nothing for another 10 seconds or so, and then she said he's dead. And then she started questioning how I knew and whatnot. And I was, I didn't have the answers because I wasn't on the live. I was at work, so I didn't see, who was saying what and not. So I'm just like, man, I didn't see it. This is, secondhand information, man. But I'm sorry for your loss and so on and so forth. And damn, I like Gunnar said at first, there's an initial shock. But then you got to remember, man, we've kind of been seeing something like this in the works for a considerable amount of time based on his YouTube history and TikTok and Instagram and the way he does him. I mean, that's the best way you put it. I mean, he's just a different type of character. He's very rah 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 rah, always ready to argue, fuss, fight, talk shit. And yeah, it was a shock, but at the same time, not a surprise.
It's like a pit bull. Every time you walk by a yard and this pit bull barks and barks and barks, and eventually, man,
he's gonna get out there.
He's gonna get put down. He's gonna get put down. He's gonna get out of that cage and he's gonna get put down. And I hate to equate it to that, but it's similar. That's what you say. You can only bark before you get bit, But yeah, myself, I was on a live. I was hearing it. People were saying it. I was taking it with also a grain of salt, but something just rang true about this one to me. I don't know. I just had that feeling. It's hard to explain. It was like Savage himself was like, "No, fool, for real, right?" I was like, "What?" So I called you, and then exactly what happened. As soon as I found out those were the facts, I broke the news to everyone. And then that was it, man. It's neither here nor there. Doesn't matter who said it first. Doesn't none of that matters. What matters is he's gone. We've spoke on it extensively on our channels. Make sure you tap into the Rojo Room, Gunners Collective. We've spoken on it. There's been
Don't
a lot
forget about the big homie Dubs B as well, man.
Make sure you tap into Dubs, man. He has
some good stuff about it as well.
Dubs actually had very good perspective on it, as always. Everyone's touched on it. Everyone's talked about it. It's the talk of the town. And it's something that happens, and we hope it doesn't happen again. But I mean, you just never know, He was a very unique individual in that he was who's considered, without the telling, I don't know his history, but the 6ix9ine of YouTube. The guy who was always fighting and fussing and barking and yelling and challenging and fading and all this, and ultimately the demise, came about. And like I said, just the same way Raul says, it was something that happened. So it was big news. It was big news in YouTube this week. And, we wanted to express it on the morning show. Our condolences to the family, absolutely. And rest in peace to one Savvy. He hated when I call him that, but I ain't never going to stop, right? And that's just what it is. Now, as far as this morning show, what we got going on, Rasa, we're going to be doing giveaways. We're going to be doing prank phone calls. Spencer Latira, I'm going to make a whole bunch of motherfuckers mad, but I does that anyway, so who cares, right? We're going to have live call-ins. We're going to be taking different questions that you have and dissecting and breaking down and answering them. We're trying to keep it less gang-related, less prison-related, and more world-related, but that's part of the world. If you have a question that you want to ask and that we can extensively answer, or we could bring someone on, we will be bringing guests on, guests such as Mr. Marvelous, guests such as Big Joe Castro, guests such as, No Fly Zone Ricans, guests like Big Paul, to talk about Hollywood. We're going to be bringing Dankin and Drinking on here, a whole bunch of exclusive people, that you ask for. Whatever you ask for, we're going to do. This is the morning show. This is the Raza morning show. This is our morning show. It's our time to shine. And like I said, man, we're going to be doing live call-ins. We're going to get to a lot of different things because it's time to have our own, and it's time to react. This is Gunner and Rojo's reaction room. We're going to react to some shit.
Guess what, too? There's a rumor floating around, something about there might be a football pool involving Gunner and maybe Dubs and Rojo.
Never know. Never know.
That's what I've been hearing. That's what I've been hearing.
You know what I mean?
Football season in a couple weeks. You don't know what's going to happen. I don't know.
Yes, indeedy, man. Right around the corner. We want to make sure that the Raza has a home here on Gunner and Rojo's reaction room, and that all people have a home here. Like I said, this is finally our turn to have a morning show that is for the people, by the people, something that we want and we dictate, something that we have a voice in, and I want to give all you guys the microphone to have your voices be felt. If you hate us, speak your mind. If you love us, speak your mind. Whatever the case may be, man, this is our room to do that and shine. So let's get with it. We will be doing reactions coming soon this week. We'll be taking suggestions on what you want us to react to, and then we're just going to react to some shit that we want to react to, right? But in any case, I promise it will be very entertaining, funny. It's going down. Anything you have to say, Rojo, on this first episode of?
That's it, man. Hopefully, man, we'll be able to bring you at least 4 or 5 shows a week doing this stuff, man. Make that little morning commute a little bit more chill instead of listening to all the commercials on the radio or that tired music. We're going to bring it to you fresh, new ideas, new topics, man. And me and Gunner have always been the yin and the yang. You know what I'm saying? Gunner does this thing, I do mine, and hopefully you guys find it entertaining, man. We're going to try to give back a lot on this channel too, like Gunner says, prizes, raffles, you know what I mean, guest appearances, absolutely. Call-ins, man. You guys can participate, man. Maybe we missed something that's real trending right then. Call in, hey, what do you guys think about this? Like, what, that happened in real life?
Yeah.
And we can address it right there, because things go down. You can't catch everything. We get real busy sometimes between our families, our jobs, and this YouTube stuff. And, man, sometimes the focus is narrow. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So things happen, man. Man, we want to talk about it with you guys, bro.
Exactly.
We're trying to get a lot of community involvement in this, man, and push it in the right direction. So, it's not, obviously Gunner's the host. I'm the co-host of this thing, but, man, we want you guys to also be on that, be involved, man, and let us know what's going on. Yep.
We want to bring you what you want, not what we want, what you want. Ultimately, you guys are the people that are watching and supporting this channel as well as our sister channels. So we want you to be the one to dictate this channel. This is your channel for the people, by the people. So let it be known, you know, if you want to call in, hey, guns, bets on a tira, I heard you got a big pipa. I do. Bam. Question answered. On we go, right? So let's just keep it like that. Let's keep it respectful. Let's keep it professional. And let's have some fun right here on the morning show, the Raza radio morning show. We're doing it right here. First to do it, ain't nothing like it. Just because the wind's blowing. With that being said, we're going to get up out of here, man. Shouts out, respects to all the real gente that are tapped in. Let's progress, man, as progression should be felt. And let's keep doing what we does. To everything that happened this week. Well, guess what? Tomorrow's Monday. It starts, or it's today Monday. I don't know. We're pre-recording. It starts over. Bang, bang. Let's do it, man. Hope this was a good fucking commute for you. Gracias.
Radio.
Bang, bang.